How we doing, everyone, and welcome to this final instalment of my vlogs fishing from Peg 19 at Rainbow. I'm sat here on Friday morning. This is the final morning. We've got to be off the lake at 9 o'clock or about 8:30 tomorrow morning, which is Saturday. So we've got about 24 hours left now of fishing, and I'm going to take you on the journey of the final 24 hours. I'm sat here with my lovely croissant that Max has gone and dropped off for us. And last night we didn't have any carp to report, unfortunately. Daniel down in Peg 18, he had a 69 pounds mirror, I think it was. Absolutely stunning fish. I went and did the photos for him. He's had a phenomenal week down there. We have had so far 16 carp landed. We've lost 3, but we've had 160 and 3 50s as well, 3 mid 50s. So we're having a wonderful time here in Peg 19. Hopefully you've seen the rest of the earlier vlogs, parts 1 to 6. I'm making them in nice little bite-sized chunks. Rather than doing an hour-and-a-half long program like I've done before, doing them in nice little bite-sized chunks. So on the way to work, you can listen to one, or you can have a coffee and watch one, and then, yeah, enjoy the different installments that I'm doing. But for now, I'll turn around here and show you the swim, because some people might not have seen the vlogs before. This is Peg 19. You can see my rods are over on the right. This rod here, my right-hand rod, has actually done the majority of the bites for the session. I think that's done 16 out of the 19 bites, that one there. So I'm fishing that one that's the island, and then my other 3 rods are going up the channel there to a spot that's normally pretty productive, but it's only done 3 bites there. Nick on the left-hand side, which is known to be a quieter side of the swim. He hasn't had a bite out of that side of the swim yet, but we're still hopeful. In 19, everyone has said the left-hand side of 19 is known as the big fish side. If you get a bite out of 19 in the left, it's normally an absolute whacker. So we're still holding on to hope that Nick's going to get an absolute beast out of the left-hand side. I hope you enjoy these. Remember, do subscribe to my channel, please. Just click that little subscribe button. I think it's down there in the corner, just there. I'm tickling it at the moment. It really does help. Just shows me that people are actually watching these vlogs and stuff and enjoying them. If you do have any questions, then you can stick them in the comments. Just make a comment on YouTube and I'll get back to every single person that leaves a comment on my channel. So I'll get back to you in due course. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my croissant, have a coffee, and take you on a journey for the last 24 hours of my bow session. There you go, Ducky, have some croissant. Here they come, my little friends. There you go, don't fight over it. And there you go, you can have one too. Oh, your mate's coming now. There you go. I just thought I'd give you a little tour of some of the vital bits of equipment that you're going to need if you come over to Rainbow or fishing overseas at venues like this. First thing is strong, reliable rods, reels and tackle. So for this session I'm using, just turn us around here, the ST13s from South Coast Rods. You can see those there. And they are matched up with the Shimano Ultegras with the deep spools. That's quite important, so you can hold the braid on there. That's 50-pound braid. You want it nice and strong. And that's going out to the big heavy lead arrangement I showed you in one of the previous vlogs that I did. But it is important, if you're going to these sorts of venues, you need to be able to hook and land the fish that you're fishing for. There's no point coming over here with your 20-pound hook links and stuff like that. You need big, strong, reliable equipment. You need rods and reels that are capable of landing the fish as well. Because, you know, in places like this, come Rainbow, you could be catching a 70-pounder, 80-pounder. Who knows what's going to be on the end of your hook. The other thing that's worth having is a really good cool box. This one here is the Carp Green Weekender. I've actually got the larger one as well. But, you know, it's vital to be able to keep your food cool whilst you're on the bank for a week-long session. You don't want to be getting sick through eating food that's gone off. And the Carp Green coolers are really worth checking out. So definitely go and have a look at those. They're not cheap, but they are bomb-proof. They last you a lifetime, and it's an investment that's definitely worth making. Other thing that I'll point out as well is, obviously, just coming over here, when it comes to your boat equipment, that thing there is an absolute must, people.
your life jacket. Make sure you've got a life jacket with you whenever you go out in a boat, and a decent motor. That's the Haswing 1 horsepower electric engine with the Dragonfly fish finder on it, but that motor is absolutely mint. It's been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We've had nearly 20 takes now, and it's still showing 50% power in that battery. I'm very, very impressed with that. And yeah, and then finally, I'll just point out that I am really impressed with these as well. The R4s. I've been really liking the differentiation between the forward movement and back movement in tone. You can tell a drop back because it gives a little double bleep. You can tell it if it just pulls up tight with a single bleep. And where I'm fishing with these clutches really, really tight, if I get beep, beep, I know that that spring has gone up to the top and that fish is going to be bending that rod over and trying to get away. If I get a double bleep, more than likely going to be a bream. So I can take my time getting out of the bivvy a little bit more. The main thing that I've been really, really, really impressed with these R4s is the homecoming function, which, to be honest with you, I see as a safety feature, like a real important safety feature. I've been out there at night time now, and I've taken a receiver out of me in the pocket. And when I'm out there, I just push the homecoming button on the receiver, and these LEDs on the back of the alarm heads blink at the same colour as the alarms are set at, and you can spot them from a mile off. I've been 300 meters away and they're clear as daylight. So it's a really, really good feature that Nash have thought about putting those onto the alarms. It means that if you are out in the middle of the lake and you lose your orientation, or the light that's on the bank goes out, if you've got the receiver in your pocket, which obviously you need to have the receiver in your pocket, but you should have the receiver in your pocket anyway if you're going out in a boat, you just push the homecoming button on it and your alarms will light up on shore and you can see where you're going. The other thing that's good about that is it's not just a safety feature, but when you're coming back and your lines are out there, if you've got your rods on single sticks spread out across the bank, you can actually set different, like I've got a red and a green lights for the left and the right. So as I'm coming in, I can tell exactly where the left hand and right hand rods are on the rest, so I can guide the boat in between the two of them to where I want to bring the boat to. So yeah, it's another little cool feature. And again, the R4s, you can change the colours of the LEDs, so you can just change to whatever colour you want whenever you want. But there you go, that's a few little tips on things that I have been impressed with whilst I've been here at Bow for the week. I suppose I'll tell you what, I will turn it around. I've been impressed with this as well. The Ridge Monkey Compact Bivvy, one-man bivvy. Now I know this is the one-man, it's not the great big tall two-man bivvy, but it's been really stable. It's got a nice height to it. It's just the right size really for my normal weekend session equipment inside there, with the rucksack, my tea making kit, stuff under the bed and a few things out the front. And then what we've done is we've partnered that with, over the back there, we've got the solar quick up gazebo, which again, great bit of kit, that one there. I'll come on over and show you that. It goes up in seconds. We're just getting it cleared out now, ready to go back, but it pops up in seconds. You've got this lovely canopy that goes up. You just pull the sides out, push the top up, and up she goes. And yeah, that's been great to have for all the cooking kit and the rig making stuff. So there you go, a little walk around the swim whilst the action is quiet on this final day. Sort of yeah, fill the time a little bit. But now I've got to pack the rest of the stuff down. I'm gonna have a final bit of dinner in the oven before loading it in the van, and then hopefully sit in the sunshine and relive the tales of the carp that we've caught over the week. I was just getting a little bit of afternoon shut eye. It's been a very quiet morning, and the right hand rod's peeled off. Went out in the boat, and yeah, I've got a funny shaped carp. It's like it's really wide, Nick, isn't it? Let's turn it around. It's really wide, but like really wide, but short. It's very strange, but I'm gonna, because it's the last day, we're just gonna retain it very quickly. I'm gonna whiz out there, drop the bait, whilst Nick gets all the camera stuff ready, whiz back, and then we get some pictures of it. So see you guys soon. We should have a nice, or rather unusual, commons show you. Right, okay. The old trusty ST13 is set waiting for another bite. Let's go and check out this fish. Now I think, I haven't had a good look at it to be honest, but it's a really wide fish. I'd say probably one of the widest fish we've caught all week. But
it's really short, like really short. It's a very bizarre thing. It's like a Quasimodo carp, this one. So I'm gonna go get it. Nick, what's your weight expectations? You're good at lifting up sacks of potato. He keeps on saying to me, oh, 50's a sack of potatoes. I've never lifted a sack of potatoes in my life.
Well, I'm going 56 on this one.
He's going, so he reckons it's more than a sack of potatoes. I've got no idea how much a sack of potatoes weighs.
£55.
55 pounds. See, I'm learning something new every day. 55 pound is a sack of potatoes. Well, on that case then, I reckon it's gonna be, I've got no idea, mate. It's got to be around that, isn't it? I don't think it's quite 60 because it hasn't got the length.
30.
Okay, 38. There we go. Right, let's go and get it and see what she looks like. There'll be a few potatoes in that, I reckon.
Two chicks.
She's heavy. She's a weird fish, Nick. Can't make her out. Old Quasi. Have a look at this, people. Look how, I don't know if the camera picks it up, but look how deep she is. She's like so wide, but so short. Yeah, look. Real fat thing, but like that depth there across the back is much. It's a foreman.
Another one.
Another foreman. They're all foremans in here. Yeah, she's a strange, real short, dumpy, real stocky, thick set one. But let's put her on the scales then, see what weight we get. Got a convenient cord on these slings to stand on to make them bigger. And, oh, that's all right, Nick.
Oh.
57.14.
No, we're far off then, was it?
57.14. We'd take that as a Friday fish, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Happy days.
Big sack of potatoes, that one.
Big sack of potatoes. It's eating a big sack of potatoes. That's what it is. A lot of chips. Wicked. 57.14. I'm made up about that, Nick. Right, we'll go to our usual photo spot and get some pictures, I reckon. Right, here we go. I'll tell you what. Let me turn it this way, Nick. Look at how wide that fish is. So wide. Like, absolute donkey. But just short. Not that there's anything wrong with being short fish.
Short and fat.
Oh, jeez.
Like Tej.
Oh, Taj might be watching this, mate. You can kick that out of the way, Nick, for me. There we go. She's a bit lively next to her. It'll be quick, sharpish for this one, I think. Oh. Oh. There we go. Look at that. Oh, come on. There we go. Rainbow beauty on the final day. 57.14. Absolute beauty. She's still got a bit of fight left inside her. We'll stop filming and we'll get a few steals, I think. Well, there we go, 57.14, the second biggest fish of the trip, and our fourth 50 of the week. So you'll be able to see the previous fish that we caught in the other vlogs. This is vlog number 7 of our week at Rainbow, trying to keep them nice and short and bite-sized for you viewers out there. Cup of coffee length, that's what we're going for. And yeah, came on the right-hand rod, the ever-faithful right-hand rod. And that's fish number 17. We've had 20 bites now. We unfortunately lost 3, but that goes hand in hand, unfortunately, with fishing on Rainbow. None of the fish were lost with hooks in their mouths. All of them just shed the hooks on underwater features and we got the hooks back. But yeah, it's been a good week. 17 fish landed, 20 bites. But there's still time yet. It's early afternoon. I think it's probably about 2 o'clock. And normally in the evening time, we get a chance for 1, maybe even 2 bites more. So who knows? 20 fish is my target. See if we can get to 20 on the bank. I don't think we're going to do it, but we shall try. But hopefully you're enjoying following our journey at Rainbow. Please do click a subscribe on the channel down here, that button in the corner. Press that one, please, my friends. And yeah, we shall continue to the end of the session now. So I just went to the toilet block and that magic has happened again, because as soon as I leave my rod, the rod goes off, Nick catches a fish around about dinner time, but this time it is not a PB or a record breaker, it's a mid-20 common. But I got a lift back from this lovely gentleman Kirk, who's fishing in 16, so I didn't have to walk all the way back, and we've just got a little bubba, one for the future at Rainbow here, probably about £20 I reckon. No, we're not going to weigh it. We're going to slip it straight back. Well done, Nick. We'll put that one up there with your grass carp this week, yeah?
I think the grass carp was bigger.
Well, there we go. We just dropped the rod once more out next to the island. That's all the bait that I've got. That's all used up now. That's 30 kilos of bait gone for the week, which isn't actually that much on Rainbow. I didn't bring huge amounts of bait with me. I didn't want to bring like 100 kilos or anything like that, because to be honest, I've always found fishing this place that it's better just to fish for a bite at a time. You know, I'm happy if I come here and I catch 2 or 3 fish in a week. I don't need big hits like I've had this week to make me a happy man. So I tend to take the attitude of just fish for 1 bite at a time. And that's what I've done. We've had 21 bites, I think it is. And oh, there's gonna be an ant crawling over the screen any minute. No, it's turned left, it's all right. We've had 21 bites, landed 18 of them, I think. And yeah, I've gone through 30 kilos of trigger ice, but baits from NutriBaits, which every time I come to this lake and anywhere I fish, if I'm honest with you, always does the business. I absolutely love the trigger bait. But anyway, I'm going to tighten this rod up now. Just left it for a while, just for the springer to pull the line tight. I'm going to tighten that clutch right up, go and have some dinner, and then get it packed away, ready for the long journey home. But hopefully you've enjoyed these Rainbow vlogs. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and slap that little like button. The subscribe button should be down in the corner here, I believe, somewhere around there. So just push that button, subscribe to the channel. All helps with the YouTube algorithm. I'd be most grateful. And you can stay tuned and follow me in my progress on the other challenges that I've got for the rest of the year and into 2025. If we get a fish tonight, then obviously I'll get the camera out and show you that as well. And I may also, I might, when I go and pick the rod up off the island, if I've got time, I might strap the GoPro to a pole with an underwater light and actually go and shine down there and see exactly the spot that I've been fishing on for the week that's done most of the bites, because I'm intrigued to know what that looks like. You know, is it as filthy down there as I think it is? Is it snag ridden? Is it a nice clay bottom? I think the best way to find out is to put the camera down there tomorrow morning. So I'll go and do that, and that'll be little outtakes of this. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed watching this. Catch you soon on the next adventure. So it's the final morning. I'm just going out and retrieving all of the rods, and I'm going to take you on a little underwater journey. Hopefully this will work. I'm going to go and check out the spot that's been doing me all of those bites. It'll be really interesting to see what it actually looks like. I don't know if it will work or not. I've got a little underwater camera. I've got my GoPro and an underwater light. So let's see if this works, shall we? Right, so here we go. We're going to be submersed down onto the spot that I had most of the bites from. You can see as we're going down, the clarity's not that great at Rainbow, but hopefully the light will shine up and show you what is down there. So we're just going down to the bottom now. It's around about 6 foot deep. And there you go. You can see the bottom is littered with these boulders, with sort of little flat spots between them. But that must have been where my bait was being presented, around about there. There's a huge boulder to the right hand side of the picture. That would have been on the top of the ledge, that one there. And then yeah, look at that. It's just horrible for presenting a bait on. Absolutely horrible. You can see why a bait would roll off that and go down the ledge. This is up at the top of the ledge. You can see here the steepness of the sides of that rock. And I think I'm just panning across, and this is the actual sides of the ledge there. You can see there's that little ledge. I think that's probably where I was presenting to, on that little tiny ledge, and then it just drops off into the abyss, down into the deep water. And I think that shows just how bad position of bait can be at Rainbow.